Mark, on the panel discussion today, you raised some very interesting points about building an entrepreneurial ecosystem that involves academia and research institutions. Tell us a little about some of the innovations that you guys are working on to power that.
Very good. So what we're trying to do is to get industry and academia working together from the start. Not the old-fashioned model, where you throw something over the fence, much more that everybody's working together. There are industry-inspired problems that often give rise to really fundamental research breakthroughs, and equally there's expertise that can be brought to bear collectively to solve a problem. One of the innovative things we're doing is the I-Core program, which is a National Science Foundation program in the United States. It's based on lean methodology from Steve Blank at Stanford, and it's really about understanding the markets. Academic researchers are great at the technology, they understand how to push forward the boundaries of science, but sometimes they don't always know about the market applications. And that can be important because they've got a great technology, but they don't know where to apply it. And equally, an understanding of the market can spark an idea which allows you to invent a new technology. So we will be rolling that out. Science Foundation Ireland is the first partner for National Science Foundation, and Ireland is the first country where the NSF I-Core program will be rolled out.
It's going to be fantastic. And it was funny, you mentioned on stage Glenn Dimplex as a standard bearer of Irish innovation gone global. And interestingly enough, I was at an event recently where Martin Naughton said that engineers have a problem where they'll constantly want to tweak ideas, but they just need to put it to market. Is that something that you've noticed as a struggle where scientists want to keep developing and they won't just push things to market?
Well, you need all players in an ecosystem. So there are some people who get huge satisfaction out of improving the technology. There are other people who get huge satisfaction out of creating completely disruptive technologies. And then there are other folks who want to apply those kind of things to solve some real problems. And sometimes those coincide. Sometimes the same people want to apply as who have done it, and sometimes they don't. So recognizing that, you need to be able to build a team, you need to have the people who can innovate, the people who can add value. You also need to see the people who are going to take it out to the marketplace and make it work and get the feedback from the market. And we're very open. It doesn't matter whether that's the academic who does it or whether it's another person who does it. The real important thing in an innovation ecosystem is that you have that ecosystem so that it happens. It doesn't really matter if it's a different person each time.
Something you also mentioned earlier was the importance of having serial entrepreneurs in the ecosystem. Is that from like a mentorship perspective? Do you need to get them talking more to academics and scientists about what it's like to build a company, sell it, build a company, sell it?
So I think serial entrepreneurs are really, really important. They're really important because they've got experience, both of the highs and lows. They'll know things that worked really well, things that didn't work well. They can mentor people and so on. They're also really important because serial entrepreneurs have usually had an exit. That means they've usually made some money, and that means that they've usually been able to take care of the things that are worrying them, whether it's their house mortgage or their family and so on. And you typically see that they're willing the second time around to take more risk, to put more of their own capital on board. And I used to say there was a thing called the British disease. I wouldn't call it the Irish disease, but it's the British disease. And that is, you make 5 or 10 million, then you check out, buy a castle and buy some artwork. That's really a problem. Serial entrepreneurs in the United States, what they do is they make 5 million, they say, no, I want to make 50 million. When they made 50 million, they want to make 500 million. So there's a kind of view about going up there. And very often that requires them to deploy significant amounts of their own capital to keep things going. And that's really interesting because they also have the expertise. So I'm really positive about an ecosystem where companies are bought. I don't have to worry about that at all. As I always say to people, the companies you really want to worry about are the ones that people don't want to buy. You don't want to worry about the ones that people do want to buy because they're doing something really useful. And if people exit and then they make some money and then they come back around again, that's terrific. It's absolutely terrific. It's what the ecosystem's about. Experience, deploying your own risk. And sometimes when you're a little bit more comfortable, you can take a higher risk.
Enjoy this video? Click here to get the latest news from SiliconRepublic.com and go find us on social media.